And I think by now you've forgiven me for that everyday first 5 minutes torture of the class.
That torture is the reason we are here.
Yeah.
Those mini heart attacks when your name gets called out.
Every day, first 5 minutes, mini heart attack. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in continuation with the series on medical colleges of Punjab, I bring today for you all my very sweet students studying in DMC Ludhiana, who are going to give us some inputs about why to choose this college. I introduce to you Anant, Sejal and Sakhi, more like my daughters than my students. These are the students from 2019 batch, my lovely 3 girls. So they're going to introduce themselves. So let us start with Anant.
Hello everyone, my name is Anant Kaur. I am an MBBS student at DMCH and my home is based in Ludhiana, so I'm a day scholar.
Hello everyone, my name is Sakhi Kaur. I am an MBBS student in DMCH and I'm also a localite. I'm based in Ludhiana.
Hello everyone, I'm Sejal. I'm not a localite, I'm a hosteler. So I'm also from 19 batch DMCH Ludhiana.
Welcome girls. Welcome to my channel. To begin with, let us have some inputs on how was the coaching scene of 2 years and how do you feel after those 2 years of grueling inputs coming to a college now, and you are in college, enjoying college life since the last 2 years. So what do you think? Which one was better, those 2 years or now?
Right now, college is definitely more fun than preparing for NEET UG because now there's a very healthy combination of everything. We still have to study, of course, but it's not burdensome at this point because we have our friends, we can practice all our hobbies, we get time for everything. So it's a very holistic life right now as compared to preparing for NEET, which was just studying and nothing else.
I would definitely agree with Anant. I do not miss those years, but those 2 years are the reason we are here in this college.
Yeah,
like those 2 years were worth it.
Ma'am, I mean, there's some confidence in you that you can proudly say that, yes, I'm a student of DMCH. You have to earn that. So yeah, I mean, it was worth it. 2 years of hard work were worth it.
So did you ever feel an uncertainty during those 2 years of preparation, whether you'll be able to manage a college or what would happen? How would this journey end? Were there insecurities related to?
Every day, ma'am. Every day.
Okay. Every day. And so it's a pleasant feeling now.
Yes.
Yeah, now?
Yes.
Okay. So can you share something about your experience of those 2 years of coaching with me? How was chemistry experience, particularly my subject?
First of all, I would say that once you enter college, you forget everything else. Even if you didn't feel so nice during those 2 years, you really move on from that and very quickly, I must say. And talking about chemistry, I think chemistry is the one subject which we had to recall in first year of MBBS as well. So when all of us, especially the ones who have studied chemistry from you, when we went there and attended our classes, we were actually enjoying very much because we were able to relate everything. The teachers, they expected us to know certain things, and not everyone was very clear with their chemistry basics, but we were. So we did have a head start over the others in that particular subject. And if somebody asks me about chemistry, I'm very satisfied with my preparation. There are very few teachers who would put in as much work as the student does, because we all know that these 2 years you have to work very hard. But finding a teacher who also works equally hard is difficult. So I think we were all very fortunate to have studied chemistry from you in this regard.
So sweet of you to be saying that.
I'm actually really grateful for you because the way you taught organic chemistry, it blows my mind, because those tests and everything, I mean, it made me love chemistry. मैं ठीक है, मतलब बायो तो आप चूज करते ही हो उन 2 सालों के लिए, but you don't realize what is biology until you come to college. But for chemistry was, I mean, amazing. Organic जो आपने पढ़ाई है ना, I don't think कि कोई भी वो पढ़ा सकता है. So thank you
And
so much for that.
So sweet, Bacho. And I think that organic, specifically biochemistry, that really helps you in your medical school also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to thank you a lot because all my marks are dedicated to you. Because the way you teach, I don't think anyone else can do that. The way, always asking us questions the next day, and all the tests, that was the sole reason we did so well in chemistry. By far, chemistry was the best subject that I did. And I loved it a lot just because of the way you taught us. Since I went to convent school, there also you taught, and the practical aspect as well as the theory aspect were covered by you, and I was very thankful for you.
Okay. And I think by now you've forgiven me for that everyday first 5 minutes torture of the class.
That torture is the reason we are here.
Yeah.
Those mini heart attacks when your name gets called out.
Every day, first 5 minutes, mini heart attack.
No, we are actually very thankful for those mini heart attacks. No one was sleeping in your class. Everyone was attending, recalling things. That was the best part actually of the class.
Yeah, I still remember somebody telling me, "Ma'am, I get a mini heart attack when you ask a question."
That was me. The slip.
Okay.
The slips that you ask everyone, ki just write your thoughts anonymously. That was me. The mini heart attack one.
Okay. I forgot the name, Sejal. I still remember that. And you remember what did I explain? I told you, if I don't give you this mini heart attacks and I'm too sweet, you'll get diabetes. Okay. Chalo, that's so nice. So that means after this process is over, children forgive me for that. So I should continue that sweet torture for those 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
Chalo. That's very
Sorry guys,
sweet of
but
you,
you need
children.
this.
To begin with, let us start with Sejal. Sejal, what were the initial part while you were making a decision, while you were choosing a college? Were you always very clear about DMC, you wanted to go here, or you had something else in mind? Can you just share with us?
Actually, I always wanted to opt for DMC. It was my first choice because I'd always heard about it. My father's a doctor, so he knows about that, as well as I'm from Moga, so it's very approachable. Also, my aunt is there in Ludhiana. So everything was in connection with DMC. So it was the most appropriate option, but also it was a roller coaster of emotions. It was a burst of joy. But also, yeah, I mean, it might not be the same for everyone, but it was for me. I mean, I always wanted for DMC. I got DMC. I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Ma'am, I am based in Ludhiana. So from childhood, I have heard about DMC. I known around me, everybody is like DMC. And after that, when we were preparing, it was a very frightening thing that about marks and rank and all. But at the end, when I got the seat, it was like, thank you, Babaji types. Okay,
We had a very good feedback about DMC. And there's a lot of progress that the college and hospital has made. Also, as a day scholar, I'm very happy to stay at home. I'm very comfortable like that.
Okay. So never keen on a hostel? Never keen on a hostel?
Not really.
No. Okay. Okay. So children, after you entered now, how do you feel? How is the infrastructure?
DMC is actually famous for its infrastructure. All the wings have been newly constructed now. The classes and the hostels, they are first class. Even in our lecture halls, we also have chargers with every table. So they also promote digital learning. So if you want to use your iPad or laptop for taking notes, you can go for it. And in the hostels, also the facilities are good. Even the day scholars were also allowed in the hostels, but now due to COVID restrictions, we've had some COVID restrictions. But in a normal scenario, the day scholars can visit the hostels and hang out with their friends and other things like that.
Okay, no such restrictions.
No, it's the same as the in time. There's an in time for the hostel, and usually in girls' hostel, these things are very strict. So I think that is the time till that you can go or come out or something like that. We can also stay in the hostel for a few days. You can fill
Okay.
an application. Yeah. So at some occasions when we used to have fests or some events that are going to happen in college, we could stay at the hostel.
Okay, even though you are not a part of hostel, like you're a day scholar, without paying any fee, you can be a part of, you can stay in the hostel for a few days?
Yes, because
Okay.
it's for very few days. Although if you want to go for the gym, then we have to pay extra.
Okay.
Even our rooms are, all of them are private rooms. Like there are no joint rooms. Every single
Okay.
child gets his or her own room. The boys' hostel is also new right now. They just made it. So shifted in the very same campus as ours. And also there are common washrooms, but they are very, very clean. Like you almost have no problem. You don't actually know the difference ki if it's common or your private or your personal. Like you won't know the difference. It's very clean.
Okay.
And water coolers and everything. And also there's gym and spa. So you can visit at the given hours, like it's 4 to 8. So anyone can go, anyone can join in. It's completely and absolutely free, the gym. The spa, you have to obviously pay for the services, whatever you require. But also it's a very reasonable cost. So, you can get everything done. And it's a really great hostel. I mean, everything's top class, everything's top notch.
And
We
food?
have food quality is great. Also, we have ACs in our room already. I mean, you don't have to put it there. You have ACs which convert into heaters during the winters. So
Fine.
there are blowers also, right? So you don't have any problem about the weather at least. So that's
you get your own furniture like bed and wardrobe and everything is already there pre-installed?
Everything is already there. Even the study table and chair is already there.
It's a furnished
like a
room
mattress.
you get?
Yes, well furnished room. You don't have to get anything. The curtains, everything is there already. All you have to do is get your clothes and things. There's nothing else, nothing extra.
Okay.
And also, the food quality is quite great.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's great. And you have reading room kind of facilities in your hostel also, apart from the college?
Yes, there's a common room, common girls' room. There's a TV there. Although no one uses it, I mean, it can be used, right? So people just use it for studying mostly. So yeah, I mean, people are there. Even I study there sometimes. So it's a great room. There's outdoors also. Like you can just walk around outdoors. That's a private area, right? Among the hostel building. That's a personal areas for the girls. Like you can just wander about there and you can just, read while you walk. So there are facilities like that too.
Right.
All the rooms are great.
I think when it comes to hostel facility, if you get all this, it's not normal to get all this in a hostel. So this is the difference between a government institute and a private institute.
Definitely, ma'am. This is almost like home, just except the parents, you have friends.
Yeah. And at this stage, I think it's always better to be around friends. If you get all of the facilities.
Yeah, it's better I don't say it. You just understand it by yourself.
I know. Most of the times when hostlers go home, it's not always for parents. It's for the Wi-Fi facility, for good food. At this age.
We also have Wi-Fi.
We also have
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Yeah, we can install Wi-Fi in each room separately. We have that facility as well.
No, you can install, or it's like the facility is there.
एक freebie है और अब उन्होंने install की facility लगा दी है कि if you think that the speed is not enough, then you can install it privately in your own room and you can share also like with another rooms and you share the payment, everything. So like that facility is also available. Even my net was not that good, so I installed it and it's going pretty well.
What is the distance of your hostel from the college campus?
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
It's adjacent. Yeah.
Adjacent
Okay.
building.
We
So,
have one is
okay.
the college campus and one is the hospital premise. So the hospital is located at a different site and it would take 2 to 5 minutes for us to travel by road. It's at a different
From
location.
hostel to hospital.
Hanji.
Yes.
Okay.
In the college campus,
Uh-huh.
we have one wing. We have hostels for the boys, for the girls, we have PG hostels, and then adjacent to it, we have the classes complex. So it takes about
Okay.
2 minutes to get up in the morning.
Okay. From hostel to classes,
Yes.
it takes
Yes.
2 minutes.
Like
Okay. And hospital?
one
Hospital
5
2 to
minutes.
5 minutes in car.
in car.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same campus.
No,
No,
it's
no.
not adjacent.
No.
It's a different.
Okay.
It's at a different site.
So you need to have a conveyance to commute between your college and hospital.
College provides buses by specific timings when we have our clinicals. Like college
Okay.
takes us to the hospital, like bus takes us to the hospital, and the bus only brings back to the
Fine.
college
And
campus.
what about day scholars? Everybody is provided this bus facility to move
Everybody is
from
allowed. Everybody is allowed to use that bus.
and if you
Nothing
want
is a hassle.
to use your own conveyance, that is also allowed.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
you're allowed to keep a conveyance from first year onwards, a four-wheeler.
Yes, they
We
allow
are
you,
allowed to
but
keep a two-wheeler.
but they don't provide you parking facility, but they allow you to
For
keep
cars,
vehicle.
we don't have parking facility for cars. That is on your own risk. But the scooters, the two-wheelers, they can go inside the campus. The cars don't enter the college campus.
Okay, all 5 years or initial beginning.
All
All
5
5
years.
years.
Fine. So share with me what is the strength of your college per batch?
Our batch has 100 students.
100 students. Okay. And like what is the cultural diversity? Are they all from Ludhiana, majority from Ludhiana or Punjab? Or I don't think there are students from outside the state.
We
No.
have one or two students from Delhi.
Okay.
Then we have NRIs, about
Okay.
10 to 15 seats we do have for NRIs. And
Okay.
we have 10 to 15 localites, and others are all based from different parts in Punjab. So there's a Punjabi culture overall.
Okay. So that means majority are hostlers. So you have around 10 to 15 day scholars.
Yes, yes.
Even the day scholars, 5 to 7 of them usually they prefer to stay in hostels because the commute time in Ludhiana is very high.
Yeah, right.
Every day for 5 years, spending 20 to 25 minutes in traffic is also tiresome. So many students they prefer to stay in the hostels only.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great point to be kept in mind while making this decision. How far you are from DMC, even if you are a localite, that will also be one
Definitely.
of the deciding factors because it's a 5 year game, like every day going, coming, and then when you have duties.
Yes.
When you have hospital duties, late evening, so that part has to be kept in mind. Okay, that's good that you brought this up. Okay, now tell me something about how happening is your college life. Something about activities, sports, fest. So let us start with Saki.
Right now we have COVID. There is nothing. The
Nothing.
initial
Okay.
part of our the initial part of our college life, we actually enjoyed everything. There
Mhm.
was fest.
Okay.
We had Ectopia, and it was a full 1 week event. Like we had pre-Ectopia days for different competitions, essay writing, story writing, food
Mhm.
competition, and all. Then we have the actual 3 days with all the performances and all. Then
Mhm.
when we come to sports, we have all kinds of interbatch sports for boys and girls separately, which includes
Okay.
basketball, cricket,
Mhm.
and badminton also. And we also had matches with the inter-college with CMC, cricket match
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
And
So
we
you
also have
have
conferences.
okay.
We also have conferences at that time. So, but since COVID, there are no conferences as of yet. But some of CMIs were held recently, just before the closing down.
Okay. Okay. And your college fest, I suppose, is called Ectopia.
Yes, ma'am.
And your college UG conference is NumCon, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So okay. So is sports like a regular culture, or you have once in a year, or like quarterly sessions, like, or it's a regular feature?
Officially, we have like once, like which is called Smash. like all the events of the interbatch.
Okay.
And but otherwise, like boys and all, the ground is always available. They do play normally in the normal days as well.
Okay, so you have these courts for badminton, volleyball, and all these facilities.
Yes.
Okay. Any points when you compare? So many of your classmates must have chosen out of state colleges. So some might be in state government colleges. So anytime when you have a discussion, say children who've gone to Delhi colleges or the ones who've chosen some Punjab medical colleges or maybe out of some other state colleges, any kind of comparisons do you children discuss? We have this in our college or you have that in your college or any kind of such kind of comparisons?
Usually it's more about infrastructure because we have that as a strong point. So obviously we will bring it up.
That you have a 5-star facility. Yeah, right. Okay. Right.
So other than that, I think a little bit of a negative point could be that our campus is a little small, like smaller than most colleges, but obviously it has everything that you may require. But yeah, for a person who's an outsider, it may seem a little small. Once you just start living there, you get the hang of it. Then there's nothing like home.
Once, all these anxieties are only once you have to decide, before deciding. Once you are a part of a college, that college becomes the best for you.
Having fun should not be a criteria when choosing college, because whenever you go, you're going to find a few people who are going to be like-minded. You form a group of friends and you have fun irrespective of what college you choose. And even when it comes to studies, you have to study on your own at the end. So the infrastructure, I feel, is a plus point.
Yeah. Anand, I would like to ask, what do you think is the difference in this, if you've ever shared with your friends about the study culture? Do you attend your classes very religiously, and do you really listen to the lectures? Because what I have heard, the norm is you zone out during classes and children don't take classes very seriously and you study on your own. What do you say?
I'm going to be very honest about it because it's a very straightforward answer. If there's a student who wants to study themselves, irrespective of what goes in the classes, they can. But if there's someone who is interested in attending classes regularly, following what the teachers are saying, it goes on very well in our college. In even the first year, our college is the only one, the physiology department, they're actually famous for their notes in colleges all over Punjab. So they give you handwritten notes for all the topics, which is something rare to be happening in a college. Teachers do not usually spoon feed children, but in first year we were kind of spoon fed in some aspects. So likewise, the schedule, our college is well staffed. So at no point of time there was no class has ever been cancelled. We get a schedule and it has been followed religiously in our college. In 2 years there has been no changes. It hasn't happened ever that you came for the class and you realize, oh, the teacher is not here today, or the teacher cannot come, or things like that.
Faculty is amazing. The way they teach you, if you listen, then it's actually worth it. That 1 hour, they teach you more than you can ever read in 2 or 3 hours on your own. They teach you so concise stuff. There are projectors. All the presentations are PowerPoint. So you get concise, precise points, like what you need to remember, what you need to know. So that's what you do when you study on your own. That's what they feed you. So just take it. When you're studying there, when you're sitting there, you're wasting your 1 hour, might as well listen.
Definitely, you have experienced teachers from whom you can learn a lot if you have the intention.
Yes,
they are definitely.
Really... And you should do that.
I feel like when teachers teach, they concise all the points from various books, because in medical colleges there are a lot of books which are recommended. You cannot get everything from a single book. This teacher just concises everything from all the 6, 7 books that are actually there, because they have so much experience. They tell us, no matter how much we try, we cannot get the gist. Like, book is not a teacher. Teacher he has, like, you,
Definitely.
if you listen, then then actually it is worth it, and it helps a lot to memorize. Like, it just comes back to you when you're writing an answer, like teacher said that you have to write this. It helps a
Okay.
lot.
Okay. So that's great.
And in our
Okay.
first year, we also have teachers who have that a mini 5-minute session in the beginning of the class to recall what was taught in the
Just like
last.
you. Just like you.
The torture
Just like
time. Okay. Okay. So that's really great. I think one advantage you have in your college is small groups and more individual attention.
Yes, yes. If someone is falling back in his or her studies, the teachers are going to point you out. You need to improve yourselves. So sometimes you do get that motivation, that push you need, because we have a smaller group, and the batch is small, so even in the labs we get our individual apparatus. I mean, we all get to use one microscope
Ah,
each, which is very rare in colleges. So
Okay.
without any disturbance, we can use our own apparatus and spend as much time as we like.
Okay.
And in the
And
new curriculum,
mhm,
we have something known as small group discussion. So you only get 5 to 10 people with one teacher, and you just discuss the topic. So that happens only with a smaller batch size.
that's great. That's great. And how was the dissection part? Uh, do you have enough cadavers and in the first year? What is roughly the
yes,
ratio?
ma'am.
How many students per cadaver?
We have one
25
cadaver
students.
for 25 students.
Okay. One and that's a good learning experience. Like you manage.
Uh,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the tea hall, when you go, it's a 3-hour session. So
Okay.
around one table, we have one cadaver and 25 students. And the
Okay.
teachers, they give us a demo about that particular topic or something.
Okay.
And once that demo is over, you can go in batches of ones or twos and just study on the cadaver. So we have enough
Okay.
time. We have a group
Enough
session
time.
initially, and then you
Yeah,
can go and do.
there are
Okay.
like 10 cadavers. You're divided in groups of 4, but after you have had your demo, you can go on to the other cadavers and learn individually, like in your own group, in your groups of 5 or 10s. Like, the cadavers are there. You just need to, scatter after the demo.
Yeah.
I think 10 cadavers are there
So
overall
that's
for 100 students.
so basically
So yeah,
it's
that's a
good.
deep.
Like you have a good learning. It has to be a good learning process. That's what is important. Okay. So I would like to ask another point. Generally in Punjab colleges, the research facilities are comparatively less. This is what students have been sharing. So, how is it about in your college? Research facility, or
I mean,
basically, how much are you promoted or motivated to get into research or the ICMR projects or these things? Can you just suggest something, give your inputs on this?
whenever there are some national programs or some anything from a certain college that is shared amongst the students, but there has to be some initiative on the students part. But
Student part.
once you do that, I think the college is more than supportive. We have a newly built research center. It's an area where the staff is solely concerned with research, and there are a number of doctors in our college who are actively into research and publishing. So if
Mhm.
you go and approach those teachers and doctors, and you can also have help from that research department, what to do, how to do, so you
Okay.
can get that help.
Definitely. It's just more about, once you initiate the process, everybody is supportive. Like,
Supportive.
everybody will guide you, each and every teacher, and every, like, whoever doctor you go to, he or she will definitely help you out.
That's
Yeah.
great. So it's all about, I think, personal initiative.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yeah.
important.
So if you are motivated, teachers are there to help you out with that.
One of the biggest concerns about DMC and government colleges is that people feel that they'll not have enough practical exposure when it comes to seeing patients. So, what I would say is that as students, there's not a lot we can do actually. Our practical skills or our knowledge are not at par with the clinicians or with the residents. So, most of the things they are going to be done by them, obviously. Also, because DMC is well staffed, so there, rarely a situation would arise where you would have to, handle a patient or things like that. But if you're only concerned about the learning part, that is plenty, that is available completely because we get to see a lot of patients. So if you just stand there and you ask your resident or you ask the doctor that I want to learn about this case, that is very satisfactory. I mean, you get to learn about things. But as compared to government colleges, if the students, I mean, in government colleges, the students, they have shared that they have themselves examined or performed minor procedures. But the list is limited. There's not a lot you can do as a UG student. So that list is limited. But learning about cases, I mean, that is very abundant.
I think both the places have their own pros. I think DMC gets a more diverse type of cases. That's like, I think it's that way. I may be wrong.
That is
gets more diverse cases, but in government colleges, the patient load is, that kind where students can repetitively practice even small procedures. If a student is actually looking at a patient or wants to do some kind of practice or anything, those patients are always, they allow basically. An elite patient will not allow a student to work. So that much of a, I think, positive they get, students of government colleges. But here also, I think you get the opportunity of working with more diverse setup of cases and better infrastructure, more facilities. I think more sophisticated systems. So there are certain pros.
Also, ma'am, this the medical aspect, the actual examination aspect, this will be more clear in our third and fourth prof, right? So this is the thing about internship, right? Second prof में इतना elaborated नहीं है. Obviously, you can go for clinicals all you want. But like at the end of the day, yes, by the end of the day, I think you are as capable as any other student of any other college.
There is something, few points which are discussed among students before entering the college. They feel, I mean, this should not be a very dominating point in choosing college because there are very few procedures which you would be allowed to do in a government college. And but on the other hand, that should not be your sole reason for choosing a government college.
Okay.
It's not that big of one.
Actually, at an MBBS level, it's just a preliminary stage of, learning about your profession. So not that much of a difference. But when you start comparing, there are so many factors. Cost is one, exposure is another, convenience is another, comfort is another. What is the distance? How far should you go? Like recently, a student was sharing कि मैम MBBS ही तो करना है, so why go so many kilometers off to do that degree if I can get it closer to home? But some people say, why closer to home? I want to get more exposure. So it all depends on like what is your personal choice and personal need. There is no such, there's no such win-win situation anywhere. It is a balance. It all depends what is your priority in life. That works in every sphere, I suppose. Not in one sphere.
Yes.
Priorities work.
Everything has
everything
has its pros and cons.
It's just like studying from a government school or a convent school. All convent school students are not highly successful. All government school are not failures. There are some plus there. So that's a general perspective. That's a personal perspective.
I mean, for example, the government student colleges, they might be allowed to, administer injections on patients. It's a very basic procedure. However, we are not allowed to do so in second year. I'm not going to talk about third or fourth year because we are not yet gone through that path. But as second year students, we are not going to be allowed to administer injections on patients. However, because of the better infrastructure, we have models. They're very sophisticated models, and their skin is designed to feel like human skin. They have drainage systems, the very sophisticated models, and we can repeatedly we have practiced administering injections on those models.
Yeah, the mannequins are quite great.
Mannequins.
All of them, they work well.
Okay. So you have dummies on which you can practice. So you've
Yes,
already started in second year?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We have started on the dummies.
Pharmacology. We have also been tested on it multiple times in our practicals.
Okay.
So the protocol, we are very thorough with it.
That is actually, I think there are no two views about it, that DMC definitely has the most sophisticated infrastructure. That is undebatable, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So can you girls now share with me, since some of you are hostlers and one is a hostler and two are day scholars, what do you think is an average survival cost as a student, as a hostler and as a day scholar? Cost means expenses, so that parents have some idea like how much they should keep in mind before admitting their child. In general, apart from the fee, the official fee that is paid, the hostel fee and the college fee, apart from that, how much do you think you need to, have? What extra expenses you need to have to manage?
Ma'am, expenses depend upon the city. So Ludhiana is an expensive city. Also, obviously, every person's interests matter. So approximate cost would be 5 to 10,000 per month.
Okay.
Like
as
for every student.
Hostler or as a day scholar?
There's not much difference. I mean, if you want to go somewhere, you will have to spend on fuel, whether you're a hostler or a day scholar.
Okay.
If you want to go somewhere or, anything, it doesn't really matter that much. Rather, it's your own interest. I mean, it's approximately that much only.
So approximately 5 to 10,000 for monthly survival. And Sejal, does this include the monthly mess expenses and all that?
Oh no, the mess expenses are separate from that. That is
Separate
just
from
for your own interest. Yes, that is separate.
Okay.
That is already in the hostel fees.
Fine.
Yes.
The mess expenses are a part of the annual or semester hostel fee? Okay. You don't have to pay any monthly bills for the mess?
Not the tuition. No, not monthly. It's semi-annual, quarterly rather, I think. Quarterly, 3 months. So after 3 months, you have to pay for the hostel.
Mess bill.
No monthly mess bill.
Okay.
Only for day scholars, there's a facility available that if you want to have lunch, you can either give 1,200 per month for the lunch, or you can give rupees 50 per meal whenever you wish to. So, other than that, we also have canteen, and that is whatever you want to buy. That's separate from mess.
Okay.
Plus, our college is in the center of the city, so there all the hotspots are there. You want to go have anything, it's really right about the corner. Everything, the most famous things are just right about there. So it's not an issue. The food is not an issue.
And I think your fun time also, there are many places. Ludhiana is a happening city, so you have a lot of fun places as well.
It's a pretty good nightlife. I mean, nights obviously they don't last as long as Delhi or something, but yes, it's pretty good. It's pretty fair. It's a safe city. Ludhiana is a safe city as compared to, if I may think about super cities or metro cities. So it's safer, it's better, and I would say that it's quite great. I mean, it's got almost everything, like a little bits of everything, and you can just go for whatever you wish like.
Okay. So, what would you say about the proportion of students in your college, or in general, what kind of culture do you have for your post graduation? Is it more of All India PG or is it MLE?
It's 50-50.
It's
Yeah,
50
Half the
50.
students go there, half the students go there. It's quite a huge ratio for, USMLE in our college. People
Okay,
really tend to go abroad. Yes.
fine. And like a good study culture?
Oh, yes, definitely. I
Yes.
mean, they're very supportive. If you know what you want, then I mean, this is the best place that you can get it. If there are teachers that you can talk to it about, and not just the study pattern, but everything. Like, what are the pros of going abroad? What are the cons of it? What are the pros of staying in India? What are the cons of
Mhm.
that? They have an idea about everything because they are quite experienced in that field. It has been
Right.
going on for years. So they
Mhm.
have heard all kinds of questions from all kinds of students who had really successful careers abroad as well as in Ludhiana itself and all over
Mhm.
India. So they have all the viewpoints and they guide you really well if you just know what you want to ask. So you can get the answers.
So many people prefer like they
So
go for
you more of
USMLE.
that kind of culture. Okay. And another thing, what about this coaching? Dams and Bhatias and all that, like the ones who are preparing for All India PG, they look for places where there are live classes. So, what is the scene in Ludhiana?
No, not of the satellite classes like for dams and
Because
everything. They
Not on
do
behalf
have
while
of
in
the college.
deciding, okay,
college.
because while deciding a college, children have this, while deciding a college, they have this aspect also on mind. Where will they get coaching for PG more comfortably? Or like if they have to travel to Chandigarh or somewhere else, so the distance part and the facility, how easily that can be. Although there are facilities online, most of the
maximum,
facilities are online. Yes, Anant?
yeah, maximum facilities are online. More and more students now prefer the online mode. Our college timings are from 8:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the evening, and
Okay.
the seniors they
That's a
have
long
clinics,
schedule.
which may,
Okay.
yeah,
8:30 to
the seniors
4:30
they
every
have,
day.
Yes, ma'am.
for first and second year we do
6 days
have
in
this
week.
fixed
Okay,
schedule
and 6 days a week.
till 4:30 every day.
Yes.
6 days a week. Okay,
Yes.
okay, fine.
But
Okay,
there are 3 hours clinicals, like you have 2 classes before the clinicals and 2 classes after the clinicals. So it's really not that much. It just seems quite a lot. But the
It's
three
Yeah.
hours of
not
clinical
tiresome.
practical,
It's
right?
not
So
tiresome, but you,
okay,
yeah,
You
it's
get
not
used to
tiresome.
it with time.
the offline facility is available in Ludhiana.
okay,
Dams is open in Ludhiana, so
Yeah.
people do go
okay,
there, and there are
fine.
classes, but they are long. But to each his own, right? So if you
Yeah.
like those classes, there is a facility you can go. The online
Satellite
is there,
classes,
the offline
are they,
is also there.
Sejal, are they satellite
No,
classes? No, they're otherwise live.
yes, they are the offline classes, proper like
Mhm.
teacher-student interaction. They do
Okay,
go on. The dams is there, right? 12-hour classes for
okay.
3 days in.
The purpose of this, our meeting is just to give an idea to people who wish to join that what are the facilities available. Rest, a
Mm.
student before joining college doesn't know that much and doesn't have those many things on mind. Just that initial curiosity of entering a college and just choose the best out of whatever is available. But in the long
Yeah.
run, yes, these things also do matter. So whatever information we can give to people, it's good. So that was really nice talking to you, girls. Um, Brilliant. I did not think it would be so long, such a long interaction, but it was great. And you all really gave your best inputs. I hope it is of help to people. God bless you all. Grow up to become brilliant doctors. So before I get old, I'm going to have many doctors to take care. Yeah, brilliant ones
Yeah,
from all
definitely.
over India.
Definitely.
And even for
Abroad
students,
too.
yeah, even for students who are preparing for the UG exams, uh, for students who want to come and learn from you, I would say that chemistry is not the only thing they should be focused on. All the other advice that they get from you, be it any advice for preparation or life advice, it's equally important and beneficial. So look out for
Okay.
that as well.
Okay, so that's a compliment, Anand. That's so sweet. And children can speak all this only once they're out of that sphere. As long as they're still in that
Yeah.
sphere, they, okay. Did you feel this positivity when you were studying, Anand? Honestly.
I think, well, not in comparison to what we feel now.
Now.
At that time, we were all preoccupied with our studies. कि ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना पड़ रहा है. Oh my God.
I still remember
after some
ऐसे करके
time,
बैठते थे कब क्या that time that scolding used to be taken as insult also. पता नहीं कब क्या बोल देंगे, है ना?
Those Sunday classes, बेटा 3 घंटे से वो बातें हो जाती थी, पता ही नहीं लगता था.
Okay. But all that was needed. That is what has
Yes.
led you here. That is what has led you
Seriously.
here. Growing up into fine ladies, intelligent people talking to me like this. So to reach this place, I needed to guide you that. So I won't take much of your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, feeling
Thank you,
great
ma'am.
about it. God
Thank
bless
you,
you,
ma'am.
bachcho. Chalo. God
Thank
bless
you.
you, and thank you for your time. All the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye, bachcho. Bye. Okay.